Sources were telling them that, in fact, you are not going to be eligible for the draft next year. Have you heard anything official?
No, please do not believe those news because they're all fake news.
Will you now consider maybe further legal action?
For them to come out and throw me out of the game, and they said his actions was equal to shooting a gun, I just cannot believe it. I don't know who is this PR person, but they're doing a terrible job.
Let these women have their own sports. Quit begging for more money if you ain't making the money, because y'all still owe the NBA for the last 30 years of them subsidizing. Quit comparing yourself to men, because high school boys will come and destroy almost every team in the WNBA. This shirt was on popular demand. People wanted the shirt. They saw the basketball player wearing the shirt. It's available to you. The definition of a woman, an adult human female, the counterpart of man. Get you one of these shirts today on the Arts of Tatum store or tatumstore.com, tatumstore.com. Make men, what was the other one we had? Make men men again. That's the phrase, but the phrase on there is men are not women. Men are not women. All right, I think that's fair, and we got other merch on there. So go to tatumstore.com, go to tatumstore.com and buy your merch today. All right, let's get to Enes Kanter saying that he may sue Chicago Sky. Roll the clip.
Now, after the Chicago Sky banned Enes Kanter Freedom from their arena following an altercation with one of the other players in which he was allegedly verbally assaulted. We'll get his side in a minute. We're cheering for Sophie Cunningham. I like Sophie Cunningham. She's got a lot of guts. Now, Kanter Freedom sent a letter now to the WNBA requesting a review of the incident that led to his ejection, as well as he wants a ticket refund. And tonight, the Chicago Sky principal owner, listen to this statement, addressed the decision. And when asked why Kanter Freedom wasn't given a warning, he said, quote, to use an extreme example, when you shoot a gun at someone, you don't get a warning. Your action doesn't deserve a warning. That's a comparison. Former NBA player himself, Enes Kanter Freedom, is here with more. All right, I've looked at the tape. I wasn't there, but I looked at it. I looked at it very closely. And what I see was late in the third quarter, Chicago Sky player Natasha Cloud turned from the court. From what I could see, she approached you, seemed to be yelling at you, cursing at you, is what the reports I've read. What happened?
So thank you for having me, brother. So at the end of the third quarter, right, they put Sophie Cunningham in, which was my friend. She shot a three. I literally put my hand up in the air to celebrate it. The next position, Natasha Cloud came back and said, she's not going to sleep with you. Literally, as soon as I heard that, I turned around to my manager. I'm like, did she really said that? The next position, she came back. I was like, I'm not here to sleep with her. I'm actually trying to support my friend. And then the next position, obviously, she came back. She started using a lot of F-bombs. The sad thing is there were a lot of kids on the stand, and she's actually loved by the Chicago fans. So that was unacceptable. I literally simply got out and put my hand up in the air. I was like, listen, I'm here to protect women and support my friend, Sophie Cunningham. And then they threw me out of the game.
Now, that is funny because I didn't know that she had engaged with him at different possessions. The way he talked is kind of off a little bit, but I guess the first possession he came down, Sophie Cunningham had a three. It was scissor hands, got mad because and said she ain't gonna sleep with you, and it's probably because she wants Sophie to sleep with her, and so she mad at him. That sounds like something a dude to say, bro. She ain't gonna sleep with you anyway. And one of the Edward Scissorhands is gonna get out there and say, she ain't gonna sleep with you. And he like, what is she? Did she really say about me sleeping with Sophie? Who's thinking about sleeping because she hit a three? Because she hit a three. Somebody talk about sex because she hit a three. And these ghetto, sorry, I'm telling you right now, the WNBA, because if you could dunk, you could be ghetto, right? You can do domestic violence and everything if you could dunk according to the NBA. You could get DUIs, all kind of stuff. You could have a gun, take a gun in a strip club. You could do whatever you want to do if you could dunk from the free throw line. But when y'all can't really make consistent layups and you can't even dunk at all, and the baddest chicks in the league are two white girls, that messed their whole thing up. They want the WNBA to be the NBA 2.0. That means that they hooking up with women just as much as NBA players. That's what they want it to be. Ugly, gay women. That's what they want it to be. And they don't want to be ugly, black, gay women. And since some good-looking white girls then showed up and hitting threes from half court, now they whole system messed up because they want you to believe, and they be doing this. I think it should be researched. I think that some women basketball players should be investigated. They are responsible for turning out so many women when they get to college. When I was at the University of Arizona, it's a thing. They are turning these girls gay. And I don't even think they want to be gay. I think they coercing women to be gay. When I was at the University of Arizona, the finest girl at the University of Arizona was a basketball player. She was one of them. Before you know it, she with a big Samoan on the basketball team. And everybody like, how did she get that girl? You come in straight, you leave women basketball gay. Probably 40% of the time. I ain't lying. Ask anybody that know anything. How they doing that? They taking advantage of these girls. They getting them in there. They rubbing on their backs. They listening to them talk about their boyfriends, and they go, oh, sweetheart, come over to my house and we can hang out. Turning these girls out. Y'all should be looking into that. While they out here talking about women, believe all women, all this stuff. I mean, look into these girls, man. They out here turning them out. That's predatory, in my opinion. But anyway, if you knew how to dunk, lower the goal a little bit, do a windmill 360, and I'll show up and buy a courtside seat. But until then, let these women have their own sports. Quit begging for more money if you ain't making the money, because y'all still owe the NBA for the last 30 years of them subsidizing. You ain't getting paid no more money. Let the endorsements pay you. Quit comparing yourself to men, because high school boys will come and destroy almost every team in the WNBA. I wish I was a billionaire. I'll put the money up. I'd be like, I give everybody $1 million to play this game. Give me a high school, give me a team in Texas, and play against the best all-star team, all the best WNBA players on one team. Let's get the best high school all around team, and let's play the WNBA. The score would be like 125 to like 14. I give y'all 40. Y'all score 40 because they're gonna get tired of scoring so many points. So in the fouls and free throws y'all might get. So I say 120, 130 to like 40. I put my whole career on it. When I was in high school, go look this up. Paul Lawrence Dunbar High School. We had Coach Hughes was the most winningest basketball coach in basketball history in high school. We had dudes jumping over people's head doing windmill dunks. Everybody on the team could dunk. I'm talking about 360 dunks, windmill, through the leg dunks, except the center. He's the only one that couldn't dunk. And he could dunk, but he wasn't doing all that. We used to go to the game and dunk so hard in the halftime, the refs made us stop dunking in the pregame. The 2004, 2003, 2002 Dunbar High School basketball team would run through the WNBA. Run through the WNBA like a street taco.
I was going to tell you, the Paul Lawrence Dunbar High School, the all-time record on December 30th, 2003, Coach Robert Hughes won his 1,274 game, passing Morgan Wooten to become the winningest high school basketball coach in U.S. history.
Coach Hughes, Dunbar High School, best basketball team ever. And they were cold as blood, man. And some of them, man, they couldn't get their life together. That's why they didn't play in the NBA. Because I think Lance could have played in the NBA. Lance easy could have played in the NBA. Jermis went to college. He played at Georgia Tech. But Lance jumped over Jermis' head and dunked on testing day. With basketball shorts on, he was sagging. He had to have a 50-inch vertical leap. That dude was one of the crazy. We were in high school. Go look it up. Go look up the team. Dunbar High School, 2002, 3, 4, and then 5 was decent. But the other teams were crazy. Kanter with the lawsuit. Let's roll that.
You know, all you're asking for, which I find interesting, is you want a refund of your ticket. Now, if you look at according to the WNBA, any physical or verbal altercation with a fan is treated as conduct detrimental to the game. And they have the authority, the WNBA office holds the authority to issue heavy fines or multi-game suspensions for players who cross the line in berating or cursing spectators. Yet she only got support from her coach. I don't see the WNBA doing a thing. I would argue that you probably have a case of discrimination against the WNBA. Number one, for being kicked out. Number two, for being banned. Maybe the message, if that owner is going to respond that way and compare you to a shooter, what's your reaction to him? Will you now consider maybe further legal action?
You know, Sean, I played 11 years basketball in NBA, and I know the rules. I simply got to put my up in the air. And I did not cross over the baseline or sideline, and we're not allowed to touch any players, obviously, the fans. So I didn't break any rules. So for them to come out and throw me out of the game, and literally, you know, they said his actions was equal to shooting a gun. I just cannot believe it. I don't know who is his PR person, but they're doing a terrible job. So we might be looking into a lawsuit for sure, because this is unacceptable, and this is not what a sportsmanship look like. Natasha Kulat should be the one that's thrown out of the game or get fined. We wrote to commissioner and the task force. We are waiting for them to hear back, but this is just unacceptable. This is not what a sportsmanship look like. So we'll just wait to see what happens.
And they actually have a WNBA fan code of conduct as well. A spectator, by the way, should be issued a warning for any alleged violation before being forced to leave the game.
Exactly.
Were you issued I read you were not issued a warning. Is that true?
Not at all. Not at all. Listen, they threw me out of the game immediately. And when I say, listen, I didn't even cuss at her. I just literally was there to just support my friend. It just, they know they're in the corner right now. They know what they did wrong. So we're definitely going to look in some lawsuit and see what happens. But it's just sad to see all the kids out there had to see Natasha Cloud dropping F-bombs and acting wild. But I just hope that she can check herself.
I said for you, ghetto. I saw it at the press conference. Not in personally, I seen it online. Ghetto. And then she made fun of. Do we have that clip?
Y'all lame as. Sorry, mama. I just, man, and like, in most of these occasions, it's men. And I want you to know that is the gayest thing that you can do, is to go to a store, a sex shop, come to a women's game to throw the on the court. That is the gayest shit that I've ever heard. So, I'm a firm believer in anyone that has so much problem with a certain marginalized group, just come out and say that you're a part of our marginalized group, because that hate is unwarranted. It's not factual. And it says more about the internal struggles of that individual than it ever will say about the collective group. The men that are throwing it also shows that you are weak, like extremely weak. And it says a lot about how you feel about women, but we don't care. It's a disruption of the game. Y'all lame as shit to us. Y'all gay to us, and we see it. So keep throwing them if you just want to keep telling us you're gay.
So corny.
You can come out.
It's
okay.
so corny.
You'll be happier. You'll be nicer to people. You'll be happier in your everyday life. You don't need to go to therapy or none of that shit. Just be yourself. And green, like, get your skin color. My bad. Sorry. Thank you for asking that. I've been waiting for this question. Y'all weird.
All right, this was
like it says on their credit card. Like they have to go through their financial advisor and be like, "What's this green? Like, you good, Chad? You good, Richard? Are you good, Paul?" Because it also is a certain demographic. Y'all cool? Are y'all cool?
Just get up. Now, see, bro, we gon' y'all. doing all that. Have a little decorum. You're an adult. I don't understand why people won't say they throwing the things on the court. I wouldn't know if they weren't talking about it because nobody's watching the game, really. But they throw it on the court, just don't talk about it. Have some maturity. You think Michael Jordan would have been talking about this stuff? No, he'd been like, the game, we did this and this and this, we need to improve on the game. They keep pressing you, go, what are we talking about? I didn't see it. Now the game is this way and this way. This dude, he jumped up and did this. So let's talk about the game. All right, love you guys. We'll see you tomorrow.